Hello, welcome to Introduction to Architecture 1100. My name is Emmanuel, and this is part C of the building analysis project. This is a model I made of the Guild House, Philadelphia. The Guild House is a residential building in Philadelphia, which is an important and influential work of the 20th century postmodern architecture. This was the first and major work of Robert Venturi, and it is considered as one of the earliest expressions of the postmodern architecture. It also helped establish Venturi as one of the great architects in the 20th century. Guild House, as represented by the model, rejects a modernist ideals and was widely cited in the further development of the postmodern movement, such as a building opening for windows in walls, brick instead of concrete, with a bowl-shaped opening and dual composition at its input, with a column in the center instead of a minimalist column. So we are looking at the shape, form, and materials for the structure. The architect used red clay bricks instead of concrete, and also a composition of double hung windows in the walls. Double hung windows in the walls to enable inhabitants have the southeast and to the southwest view of the street. The six-story building has a symmetric facade shown in the white base coating plant where the entrance is located, and on which 4 pairs of balconies flanked by the square windows open, ending in a large arch window in the top floor for the lounge. The white brick base and a white brick course at the 5th story reference a traditional division of base and shaft capital. Venturi incorporated red clay bricks, which he expressed to mean existing neighborhood projects and also to express kinship among the inner city structures, and also with detailed ornaments around the structure was meant to mean the lives of the elderly during the design of the project. Historic significance. The Guild House is historically known to be the beginning of modern architecture because of its modern design, as at the time of construction, and a link to pre-architectural building in history. The main facade was an abstraction of a heroic Roman portal, and whose rear was as plain as the brick factories nearby. The building has become an emblem of an architectural philosophy, embracing both conventional and classical tradition, and one of the first expressions of postmodern architecture. The building also reflects a residential area and then a land used in the housing predominate as opposed to the industrial and commercial areas. The Guild House permitted a high density land use opposed to industrial. The building architecture combines forms with the banal 20th century commercialism, hiding a slightly intellectual agenda behind its apparent ordinariness. The used red clay bricks, as I explained earlier, and double hung windows was meant to express the lives, was meant to recall existing public housing projects, along with a subtle use of ionic ornamental details, intended in some way to express the lives of the elderly. The building still reflects the culture of the people and also a postmodern architecture. In this design, when you are looking at the elevations of the model. We get to understand the architect used double hung windows in the walls, which enabled the inhabitants to have not just limited to one side view, but to both sides. Inhabitants had the opportunity to the east and southwest views of the nearby street. And then the front entrance facade, the architect used white bricks in the front and then red clay bricks for the structure, which can be traced for previous historic materials for building and construction. So this is the model of the guild house, as we can see. In this model, my focus was on the materials for construction and also the method the architect used, or the style he used in designing the building, a symmetric shape. So the guild house housed apartments for senior living citizens in Philadelphia and was commissioned by a local worker organization and Friends Rehabilitation Organization, and was completed in the year 1963. Employing a combination of commercial architecture and historic architecture. This is the end of the presentation, The Guild House, Philadelphia, by Robert Venturi, that was designed to serve as a residence for senior living citizens. Thank you. You can leave your comments and let me know your questions. Thank you.